650 AM WSM and WSMonline.com. I'm Eric Marcum, and I'm lucky enough today to be backstage at the Grand Ole Opry House. And Ryan Kinder here is going to make his Opry debut. Is this your first time here at the Opry House?
First time.
Very cool, right?
Well, I've been here, but this is the first time, like,
Backstage, walking around. It'll be really neat later tomorrow whenever you get into your dressing room. There are inspirational quotes. They have each dressing room assigned themes. And when it's your first day, it's called Into the Circle. And quotes from people who were either coming off of their very first performance, or quotes from people who are inspiring the new artists who are coming in and playing for the first time. You get to take it in. It's a really, really cool experience. As a kid, you developed a passion for playing guitar, musicianship. Who were your earliest influences?
I remember hearing John Mayer's Room for Squares in the car with my mom. We were driving back from the beach, I think, and I was asleep, and I woke up in the middle of My Stupid Mouth, and that kind of like opened my eyes to the melodic guitar side of music, and I delved into that album. And then my mom gave me all her records, James Taylor, Jackson Browne, Linda Ronstadt. All those guys really got me into songwriting, and then started branching out. Al Green, pretty much all music I love, but that's the stuff I really started. That started the...
Yeah, sure. So started playing guitar and then worked your way into writing music, writing songs?
Really just started playing covers, and my brother and I, Ross, started playing covers at fraternities, sororities, and bars and stuff, because we could make money and have fun doing it. And that kind of led into writing my own songs and jump forward a lot of steps, and we're here.
Yeah. Your current single, Tonight, started out on thought process as 3 different songs, and you were able to blend them into one song, what ended up being Tonight. How did that come about with the idea?
So usually when I'm driving around, I might have a melody and I'll record it on my phone, and sometimes I'll mesh those melodies in, but I came into a writing session with Luke Sheets, who's the other co-writer on the song. I said, I got these 3 melodies, which one do you want to try and chase? What does it sound like to you? And he listened to all of them and said, let's just mesh them together and make them the chorus.
Does that happen a lot, usually?
Sometimes. I've never put 3 different separate melodies that I thought were completely different songs and mashed them together to make one chorus. But I'm sure it happens a good bit around town, but that's not for me.
Right now you're working on your debut album. You find yourself mashing songs together at all in this album that you're creating, or is this kind of like all organic? You know what you're going for every song, and it just kind of hits the paper and you're ready to go?
Well, you have your whole life to come out with your first album, so I've been writing for this album my whole life, so it's all the best songs that I've written thus far, and I'm still writing, so we still have some time before we get back in the studio and finish it up. It's an ongoing process.
You were born in Knoxville, home to the University of Tennessee. You attended the University of Alabama, and you live in Nashville, home of Vanderbilt. Some strong SEC ties all around. You find yourself rooting for Vandy when you're here occasionally, or UT when they're in town?
Definitely. I love going to watch Vandy games. I still go back to an stadium and watch the Vols. But it was tough once we left Knoxville to Birmingham, because I was a huge Vol fan. But it's impossible to not pour your whole heart into a team that you spend all your money going to that college for.
Yeah.
So I still love Tennessee, and still love Alabama. It's a tough day when they play each other.
Sure. Well, it's a good day. It's a good weekend for you, because also you'll be finishing up whenever you start your show tomorrow. Bobby Osborne of the Rocky Top Express played just before you, and you'll hear Rocky Top. You'll hear the UT fans in the crowd. You'll see, kind of gauge the audience on what's going to be happening there, how many UT fans are going to be there. So
I'm excited to hear that, because I've sung that song a million times at Tennessee games. It's going to be fun to meet him and hear that live.
Yeah. One question I ask a lot of people, if I were to open up your iTunes right now, what would be the last song you played?
Probably Just Like Me by a girl named Betty Who. It's more of a pop record. It's just so unbelievably melodic and infectious.
Yeah. That's Ryan Kinder. Makes his Opry debut this Saturday, February 6th. If you don't catch the show either live on the air or in person here at the Grand Ole Opry House, be sure to head over to WSMonline.com, click on the archives page where you can go back and watch or listen to any of the past performances and keep up to date with all of those shows. keep in mind Ryan Kinder. Check out his single Tonight. Call into your radio stations, request it, head over to iTunes, download it, and be on the lookout for his new debut album coming up here in 2016. Ryan, thanks so much.
Thanks, man.